The level of entitlement for these Disney films is just going insane. Look, Disney does not owe you anything. You might be a lifelong fan of the Snow White film and the whole Disney franchise, but even still, they owe you nothing. This is a free country. This is free speech. They can do whatever they want. It's their company. They can produce Snow White however they want it. And I know, for example, for the dwarves, that, you know, it's rare for them to get a casting as great as Snow White because, you know, dwarves in this film is just literally made for them. I get it. But even still, they don't owe you anything. Now, if their movie flops because of that, that's on them. Welcome to the free market. Some people win, some people lose. But it's their company, it's their IP. If they wanted to make Snow White and the seven foot guys, then they can do that. It's their company. Do I think it's the right decision to do in terms of a business sense? No, I don't. Do I think it's the right decision to do in terms of following the history of the Snow White film? No, I don't. Do I personally, just my own opinion, think it should be this way? No, I don't. It's crazy to me how many right-wing podcasters are talking about this as if Disney is supposed to follow a certain train of thought. Disney is the one who made this company as big as it is, and they made all the money, so they can choose how they want to spend their money. If they want to do Snow White and make Snow White black, they can do that. If they want to make Snow White a man and an Asian man, that they can do that. It's their company. They can change whatever they want. It's their IP. If everyone on this planet started off with the base premise that no one owes them anything, the world would be a better place. Why? Because if you truly believe that the world owes you nothing, then you have to ask yourself the certain question to get what you want out of life. And that question is, how do I get people to give me what I want? And to get people to give you what you want, you have to give them something of value, have something to offer them. And how do I know that no one owes you anything? Well, it's clear because the dwarfs didn't get the casting. Because guess what? This is a free country. And if Disney wants to blow themselves up and ruin their whole business and ruin everything with their woke snowflake agenda, then you got to let them do that. It's their company. And in a way, it's even a good thing because if Disney blows up and ruins itself and self-destructs, that just opens up the door for other companies to go in ahead and beat them. So the next generation can build the next Disney empire. So instead of complaining about it and getting all your knickers in a twist about this issue, why don't you see this opportunity to say, wow, these big companies are now destroying themselves. Let me just build my own company and beat them. Because too many times people are saying there's no opportunities in life. The big corporations are beating us and there's no way to get a good job. Well, here you are, there's opening. If you think Disney's ruining itself, which I believe so too, then this is great news. Your theory that there's no openings for young people to become successful is obviously not true because Disney is disrupting themselves, and now you have the opportunity to be the next big Walt Disney. Every so often, a new empire gets built. Apple will not be big forever. Disney will not be big forever. The biggest companies 100 years ago are not the biggest companies today. Pretty much all of them are gone. The biggest companies 200 years ago, like the Dutch East India Company, can't remember if that's 200 years ago or not, but I think it's a bit more. But those companies are so big, and at the time, they thought, oh my God, they would never fail. Rome, the empire, which people thought was the best thing since sliced bread, which did last for a hell of a long time, they came and fell at a certain point. Looking at history, it happens time and time and again. The biggest companies that were there 100 years ago, 200 years ago, 50 years ago, 20 years ago even, are not the biggest companies now. I mean, look at Compaq. Look at Dell. Look at Intel and how Nvidia's just gone and smoked their ass. So instead of complaining and whining about, oh my God, Disney's failing and not giving people the right thing, well, why don't you take this opportunity to say, wow, this is a wide opening for me to take on responsibility and build my next empire instead of whining about little children. It's sickening how much people are just raving about this issue online as if Disney is supposed to make certain choices. No, they're not. A company, a free company in a free marketplace like the US can do whatever the hell they want. If they wanted to scrap Snow White and take off all of the Snow White films off Disney Plus, they can do it. It's their company. If they wanted to take off all of their Disney originals off Disney right now and never make movies ever again, they can do that. If they wanted to close down the Disney parks, guess what? They can do that. It's their company. Why is it as a generation in the West now we're complaining about things that people don't even owe us? Oh, he's my dad, he owes me something. Oh, he's my brother, he owes me something. Oh, it's my wife, he owes me something. Oh, it's my husband, he owes me something. If you just ask yourself the question in your head, how do I get what I want out of them? Then you would know you'd have to provide something of value to exchange it with. And you'd also know that sometimes, even if you do bring so much to the table. You know, it's a free country. That party outside of you has the option to say no. Sometimes you just don't get what you want, and that's life. You know, I had a client the other day, we did this whole kind of like business plan together to blow them up. And for reasons outside of my control and the client's control, you know, the business deal just didn't work out. But that's life. And they got so butthurt about it, as if every business deal is supposed to go through. It's like, no. Sometimes you're going to fail. Sometimes you don't get what you want out of life. And sometimes you have to just take the consequences and just put it on your chin and just keep moving forward. But this Disney thing is like, everyone's whining and complaining. This is the wrong casting for the Queen. This is the wrong casting for Snow White. This is the wrong casting for the dwarves. And other films. People owe you something. People can do whatever they want with whatever film they want. It's their film. I mean, even that other film, I think it was Cleopatra, and they were having an argument if Cleopatra should be black, Arab, or white, or whatever it was. And you know what? If I make a film today and I want to make Cleopatra green, I can do that. Do I think it would sell well if I made Cleopatra green? No, I don't. But if I wanted to make a movie and I put all the funds into that movie, I can do what the hell I want with whatever movie I want to do it with. As long as it's not inciting violence, I can do whatever I want. I can cast Cleopatra as a man, a midget man. I can cast Cleopatra as a Spanish person. I can cast Cleopatra as a South American person. I can cast Cleopatra however I want. Where it's like, I see the trailer, I didn't like the film, but they can do what they want, move on. There's many other films I could watch. And that's the great thing about the West. This is a free market. You decide who wins with your wallet. And who wins is the one that gives you the most value. So I do not care how the Snow White movie turns out. I just don't care. Would it be nice to have a great Snow White film that I can go and watch with my family and friends? Yeah, it would be great. But they're not giving me what I want. So what? Move on. It's like, I don't get why that's such a complicated idea. Company X doesn't give what you want. Don't buy what Company X offers. And it's nuts. A lot of these people that are complaining about these things believe in free speech, believing in a free marketplace and all this kind of stuff. But funnily enough, when it comes to Disney and their films, they want to force Disney to make Disney films a certain way. How greedy. So you believe in free speech, right? You believe in the free marketplace. You believe in capitalism. Yeah, you right winger. Yeah. You believe in all those things. But you want to force Disney to make Disney films a certain way. Do you not see the hypocrisy in that, my friend? This issue with people expecting entitlement is symbolic of the attitudes of people of today. Instead of going out there, taking on responsibility and becoming the person they should be and making what they think is right, they complain about the bigger upper guy, the big glass ceiling up there, ruining it for them, instead of taking the matters into their own hands. Gone are the days of, I don't like how things are run. I don't like how the product is made. I'll make it myself. Nope. Now it's days of, oh my God. Let me whine and complain about the problems in life. Whereas for me, I love when big companies make mistakes because that makes a big, clear opening for the next generation to take over and do it the way people really want it to be done. You cannot complain about private or even public companies deciding how they want to run their businesses. It's up to them. These are the founding values of the West. These are the founding values of America. But as countries become successful, rich, and prosperous, the next generation becomes entitled and lazy with their attitudes. And now we have a whole generation complaining about Snow White as if they're the ones investing the money into making these big budget, multi-million-dollar films. As if they're the ones making all the big choices and they run the world. Get the hell out of here. It's a free country. It's a free marketplace. This is capitalism. It's free speech. Let Disney do whatever they want, even if that means they're going to go down dying for it, like every other company in existence has done before. There is no company which lasts forever. This is the Hezron Springer Show.